Okay guys, welcome back to another video. As you know, the videos are for the Stoics, the Christians, the men, and particularly my son who will one day be a man, and if I'm not around, I gotta make sure he gets this info. So, I was on the AskTRP subreddit this morning, and I noticed this post, and I noticed a comment on the post, which was a link to another site. I think it was an archive post from Reddit, and it was good. It's a good lesson. So, welcome back to another Red Pill 101 campfire story. Let's just call it that. And what not to do and what to do. So, we got this guy here in 2017, if you want to read the screen. I'm not going to read it word for word, but exactly what happened to him is he met a girl, thought something was up, continued an LTR with her, ended up getting into her emails. I don't know why. I don't know why he was in her emails. I think he says, let me see. Yeah. I had access to her mail, so I easily got into her Facebook. I mean, he basically started digging around, which I really wouldn't advocate, but he found out. I'm glad he did, and he pieced her out. Okay? He's doing good. Didn't even think about it. Not crying. Good shit. Then this guy links this Be Like Pete. And I said, this is going to be good. I click on it, archive to our relationships post from 4 years ago. And it's funny, we got guys saving these posts and archiving them, keeping them around for 4 years later, right? So this is such a funny one.
Did I screw up? So I, female 25, have been seeing my boyfriend Pete, male 30, for 6 months, and it's been wonderful. I really thought I found the one with him. But after last night, I feel like my world has collapsed, and I am not sure I've made the right decisions, or if I was right. My heart feels like it's been pulled out of my chest, and I can't sleep. I never felt like this about anyone before. My good friend, who we'll call Dave, was my boyfriend from the age of 18 to 21, after which we broke up because we wanted different things in life. We stayed good friends, though, because we had a great friendship and had been through so much together. He lives in a different country at the moment. We still talk semi-regularly online and in WhatsApp.
So, this bitch is fucking talking to her ex. Huge red flag.
Pete knew that Dave was a friend of mine, but didn't know he was an ex until about 2 weeks ago.
So she basically lied to him. Or kept that hidden. I have a male friend. He's known about... She told him about the male friend, but then only later did he find out it was an ex. Oof.
When Dave asked me to visit him in Amsterdam while he's on a work trip. I live in the UK, he lives in Italy. I had already agreed and booked a ticket before I told Pete they were on sale for a ridiculously low price on the dates, blah, 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 blah. Pete seemed cool with it at first, but after a few days asked me if there was any history between us. I was honest and told him there was. He didn't seem too bothered and eventually asked if I thought visiting an ex in another country was appropriate whilst in a relationship. I explained to him how Dave and my relationship wasn't like that. We were strictly platonic.
Right. You fucking idiot. Guys don't just make friends with girls and keep their exes around to be platonic.
I suppose. He didn't seem to really react. He just gave me a look that was sarcastic, I suppose, would be the best way to describe it. And then told him that I couldn't be controlled and hated men that thought they owned me and could tell me what to do. I told him I was free to see who I wanted, and I found his lack of trust in me upsetting, disrespectful, and perhaps a sign of future abusiveness.
So she lies to him, keeps this friend, the fact that he's really an ex who she used to fuck, hidden as a secret, and now she wants to go see him, and he's the abusive one. You ever see this in a relationship? Get the fuck out. But let's see what Pete does.
I now realize that this may have been a bad thing to say. Again, he didn't really react, so I thought this was the end of it. Then, last night, he came around to my flat and broke up with me. I asked him why and tried to get him to explain himself. And he told me that my going away was to see another man a deal breaker. That he'd been in this type of situation before and wasn't going to go through it again. I asked him if this was an ultimatum. I hate ultimatums. They are a tool of abusers. And he said,
"No, it's not an ultimatum. I've decided to break up with you. I have not presented you with any options. I just came to say goodbye."
Before I could do or say anything else, he kissed me on the forehead, said goodbye, and walked away. He didn't seem angry, just sad. I tried to call him after, but he texted me some bullshit about how this was for the best and that he wished me no ill will and hopes I'll be happy. He turned his phone off whilst I bombarded him with texts and voicemails. To make matters worse, I told Dave about what happened, and he replied, "Oh well, guess that means we have to..."
Oh yeah, sorry, let me start over.
To make matters worse, I told Dave about what happened, and he replied,
"Oh well, I guess that means we can have more fun then."
He didn't care about my relationship and my pain. He just wanted a hookup buddy and someone to get stoned with whilst in Amsterdam. Now I've lost someone I love, and my best friend, who I was only interested in as friends, has a different motive to me for meeting up. I feel like I've lost my partner and I've lost a best friend at the same time. I tried calling Pete today, about an hour ago, and he actually answered. He told me that I should look to be with someone who wasn't so abusive. He said,
"Please stop calling me. This is over. Have a nice trip to Amsterdam."
And then he blocked me. How could he do that to someone he loves? Is he overreacting? Or was I? What should I do now? Was I wrong? TLDR. Booked tickets to visit best friend. Got dumped because he was an ex. Did I just dodge a bullet? Or did he? Edit. Okay, I know I fucked up. What should I do?
So what do we learn from this, guys? What do we learn? Quite a few lessons here. First of all, be like Pete, okay? Pete has abundance mentality. He does not give a fuck about... Does she even put her name? No, she just girl. Doesn't give a fuck about this girl. He knows he can get another girl. She knows it too, by the way she's acting. The other fundamental lesson here is that women cannot handle rejection well at all. Look how she's bombarding him with texts. She got dumped, and she's freaking the fuck out. Hitting him with texts so bad and voicemails that he basically has to block her and shut his phone off. Okay, so we got 2 lessons right there. Abundance mentality. Pete has options. If Pete didn't have options, he would be like one of those betas who just lets his girlfriend go and visit an ex in another country. You don't fucking do that. I don't care how many kids you have with the girl, how long you guys have been married, how much time you've invested. It's fucking over. You do not ever let your girl go and do that. In fact, it's not really about letting her. It's about the fact that she wants to. If she wants to, it's already over. Just dump her. No ultimatums. Just if that's the way they're doing it, I think there's no options. Just like here, I asked him if this was an ultimatum. No, not an ultimatum. I've decided to break up with you. Not any options presented to you. I love that line. Thanks, lady. So what? Right there you go. Abundance mentality, having options, and you can do shit like this. You obviously should have abundance mentality at this point. I mean, I could do a video on abundance mentality, but I feel like I would just be biting off everybody else. There's a million videos about having abundance. And as you get older and build up your brand, your power, your money, and your physique, which is all stuff you guys should be doing, you'll definitely be having options. Another very important lesson here. Like I said, girls and guys are not friends. Dave fucking knew. She thought he was actually a platonic friend, and as soon as she says she got dumped, he's like, great, well, we can fuck then. He didn't care about being platonic. He was a fuck buddy. He was trying to bang her. So, not only are girls dumb enough to believe this stuff sometimes, but guys who are quote-unquote friends are definitely not their friend. You don't need to go after these guys. You just need to dump these girls. That's all you got to do. That's what I want you guys to take away from this. I also want, my kid ever hears this video to know how to be treated and how to treat a hoe in a relationship. I do think it's super funny that these comments on our relationships, which is usually all about female support, are just totally grilling this chick. So that's basically it for this campfire story. Do you guys like campfire stories? Because I just read an essay in a female voice. That might have been super effing annoying to some of you. I would definitely be curious if you thought this was funny and informative, or like, dude, don't ever make a video like this again. Please drop in the comments below. If you guys have questions, I would love to do a video response. drop a comment in the comment section, and I'll do a response and answer it. All right, see you guys.